today's video is going to be, sorry, I was gonna try and drink some water. Is going to be a chit chat get ready with me with the Gourmande Girls C'est L'Amour palette. I haven't done a dedicated video using this palette yet because I did a live first impressions using it. So I really wanted to do a dedicated video to this really beautiful palette. So we're just gonna jump right into it because I'm actually getting ready to see one of my friends before I work today. So I have exactly 40 minutes to get ready today. So I'm gonna do mostly, I want to do like a red look today, so that's what we're gonna do because I really want to play with the red tones because I haven't been able to yet. I pretty much have used every other shade in here except for the reds, so after I use those I will have tested out every shade in the palette. So first off, I'm going to start off with the shade Rose, and I'm just going to take that and put it all in my crease area. And that's a pretty pigmented, like peachy brown shade. I'm just going to take that and start building it in the crease just as a base shade. Also, yes, the elephant in the room is that I finally got my hair cut. It has been a long time since I've gotten my hair cut. I go a while without getting my hair cut because the hairdresser that I go to is expensive. So I only go when I have the money to afford a haircut. And since I have gotten my tax return recently, I was like, I need to put it towards getting a haircut. So that's what I did. And then the rest of the money is going to go towards car payments for the next couple months. So anyway, finally got my hair cut. I really love the way that he cut my hair this time. I really like the length that he made it. It's not too short for me. It's like just the right length. Because honestly, anything above my shoulders, I really don't like that sort of length. But I wanted it short enough that, because my hair grows back so quickly. Like, over the past few years, my hair has been growing back so fast. I think it's because of birth control, to be honest, because, like, when I shave, my hair goes back so quickly, and I think it's probably the same thing for my hair, because birth control does cause your hair to grow pretty fast. So, that probably is why. Probably because my estrogen levels are higher. I don't really know. I kind of like just made that connection now that that's probably why my hair has grown back faster over the past few years. But it was just too long. It was getting so heavy. And everybody's like, no, don't cut it off. It's so long and beautiful. And I'm like, I really like it, but it was just weighing my whole head down, like where you have so much hair at one point, because some people have thinner hair than I do. I don't have the thickest hair, but my hair's not like super thin. I actually really like the texture of my hair. It's nice and silky, but it's also like, it has like substance to it. So I was like, I just want to get it cut because I was just, could not stand how much it was weighing my head down anymore, to be honest. So I'm just going to keep on building up this shade. I noticed with these mattes in this palette, you have to build them up a little bit more. But once you do, they are really beautiful. I just find they're a little bit dry and powdery when you first apply them. But as they warm up to your skin, I feel like they start getting more pigmented. Okay, so then the next shade we're going to go into is called Rouge. And that is a gorgeous, like, true red color. And it basically is the color of a red lipstick. And we're just going to apply that as our defining shade. That's really pretty. I'm just going to take a little bit more. I love doing red looks, you guys. I am probably going to be doing a couple of red looks lately because there are some reds that I have to play with in the Nomad palette as well. I pretty much have used every single matte in the Nomad palette. And I've used about 5 out of the 8 shimmers in that palette. But I want to do like a red look with the actual like red shimmer in that palette as well. And I haven't been able to do it yet. But I'm hoping to do that this weekend. But also my Onanzai palette is coming, I think, later today. So I'm going to have to play with that this weekend too. Okay. And then to define the outer corners, I'm going to take the black in here. And I swear, Gourmande Girls makes some of the best blacks I've ever used. Her blacks are always so pigmented. And you guys know I absolutely adore Christina. I love her. She is such an amazing person. And I am just so incredibly grateful for our friendship. She really is like that type of person that is just infectious to know, and she's just such an incredible supporter of smaller YouTubers, and we support her right back. And that's why we love her so much. So now I'm going to take that black, which is just so beautiful, and I'm gonna just define the outer corners with this shade and add some depth to it. So I was going to slow down with palettes. Like, I haven't purchased any new palettes since that Odin's Eye Hella palette that launched, I think, almost 2 weeks ago. So I haven't purchased any makeup in about 2 weeks or so. But I also saw that ColourPop is coming out with a Darth Vader palette, and they're launching it today, but they're literally launching it when I'm seeing my friend, and I'm going to be getting a manicure with her. Well, actually, they'll be launching it a little bit before I leave the house, actually, so I might grab it. I don't know. I'm such a psychopath. I skipped over the Mandalorian palette, but this Darth Vader palette looks so pretty, and it's funny, I'm getting like Darth Vader vibes from this look today because it's red and black. And I probably don't need it, but every single like Instagram video I see of it, it just looks so beautiful. So now I'm just going to apply my glitter glue, and then we'll do the lid. Okay, so I put my glitter glue on, and now for the lid shade, we're going to go into this really beautiful, literally true red shimmer called Passion. And I'm going to take that and build up the pigment on my fingers. And I'm going to apply that to my lid. That is really beautiful. I feel like it's going to take a little bit of building. But I actually really like the shimmers in this palette more than the mattes, actually. I think the shimmers in here are stunning. She always does fantastically beautiful shimmers. And this one is no exception. It's building up beautifully. Just taking a little bit longer for me to get it to stick a little bit. I think that's just because of the pigment, and red is a little bit more difficult to formulate. It can tend to be a little bit drier than other shimmer shades, but it's still beautiful. Ooh, that's so pretty. Just want to fill this gap here. So I'm just going to take it over a bit more. And then I can just go over that with the black anyway. It's a good thing about black eyeshadows. I can just cover up anything that you did before that. Alright, and then I'm just going to take it on this side and apply that. Looks beautiful so far. I think this might be my favorite look I've done with this palette so far. So me and my mom watched House of Gucci last night, and I actually did watch it online like a couple of months ago because I could not wait to watch it because I am such a Gaga fan. But I did watch it again with my mom last night, and my mom gets like so upset if I rewatch something with her, and I'm like, Mom, I wanted to watch it again. Like, I was like, you know, I'll watch anything with Gaga in it because I am a super fan, but also because I really wanted to watch it again, and plus I didn't get to see it in HD. I watched like a crappy like copy, so like I was like, yeah, I kind of want to watch it in full HD. I think the movie is better than the critics were saying. And it's kind of ridiculous that they completely got snubbed for the Oscars. I think that's literally ridiculous. So I'm going to clean up the eyeshadow and do the face, and then we'll come back and finish the eyes. Okay, so now I'm going to go back and finish up the eyes. I really like how the skin is looking. I used my Fenty Beauty primer and my MAC Fix Plus to prime. And then I used my YSL All Hours foundation in the shade B10 Porcelain. I love this Rican foundation. And then every time I use this concealer, I always realize how much I love it. It's the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the shade NC15. It's still one of the best full coverage concealers out there. It's just such an amazing concealer. And then I used the Pat McGrath Labs loose powder. And then I used the Urban Decay setting powder to set my face. Now we're going to go back into the eyes. I went ahead and primed my lashes already. So now I'm just going to use the ColourPop gel liner in the shade Swerve because I want to use a black on my lower lash line. And we're just going to take that. So yeah, my mom and I watched House of Gucci. I also watched an older movie a couple of days ago called The War of the Roses. Actually, I think it's just called The War of the Roses, not The War of the Roses, because The War of the Roses is different. I think that The War of the Roses is Shakespeare. This is called War of the Roses. Let me say it a million times. And basically, it's with Danny DeVito, Michael Douglas, and Kathleen Turner, I believe her name is. And basically it's about a couple that is going through a divorce, and basically they're like driving each other crazy because neither of them will leave their house that they were living in as a married couple. So they basically just try and like destroy each other, but the ending's kind of sad if you guys have seen it. It was really funny though. And then I watched House of Gucci last night with my mom, and then I also watched just an older movie that I used to watch all the time. I was like, you know what? I kind of want to start rewatching some movies that I haven't seen in a long time. Because I also finished up some shows recently. Okay, so that looks really pretty. Then we're going to go back into the palette, and I'm going to use the shade Ooey on my inner corners because I think that gold will be really pretty with this look. There is so much stuff on my desk. So I'm just going to grab an inner corner brush. Where is it? Right here. Let me just do my mascara real quick. I am just going to use, I don't know if I've used this on camera yet, but I'm just going to use the Pat McGrath Labs Fetish mascara. I love this mascara so much. It's one of my absolute favorites now. I've been using it a ton since I got it. It's a little bit drier in formula, but also I think my lashes kind of dried a little bit because of the primer, which is fine. I actually want it a little bit drier now because for some reason for the past year I've had a lot of trouble with transferring of mascaras. So I kind of like if my lashes are a little bit drier when I apply a mascara now, because then it won't transfer as much, hopefully, is the goal. So I'm just going to fix my lashes. Alright, so we're almost done. I just want to separate them a little bit. Okay, and then for the inner corners, I'm going to take that shade Ooey, like I said. I just want to, alright, I'm going to move my glass because it's really in the way. I'm just going to move it over there. Just going to wipe off my brush real quick. Oh, there's so many tissues. So I'm just going to take the shade Ooey and put that on my inner corners. Alright, so the Star Wars palette is launching in 3 minutes. Do I really want to spend the money right now is the question. Because I am getting my nails done with my friend and getting lunch with her. And I didn't really want to spend any more money today. And I don't think I necessarily need the palette. I think I'm going to skip it. I don't need it. I might get it the next time around that it's in stock. But for now, I'm going to skip out on palettes until next month, which is in literally like 5 days. But there are like 1 or 2 palettes I would like to get over, or like 1 or 2 brands I would like to try over getting like every single ColourPop palette. So, yeah. Looks super pretty. Oh, I love these like super glittery shades on the inner corners. It's just like so pretty. Okay, I'm going to clean up the eyeshadow a little bit more and then we'll finish up the face. Okay, and then I'm just going to bronze up the skin with the Marc Jacobs Omega bronzer in the shade Tantric. I hope I blended my eyeshadow okay. I think it looks okay. I think it looks pretty. Like, honestly, it's pretty pigmented. And also I was kind of using the same brush with the black eyeshadow, so it kind of made the red a little bit darker. But it's okay. Don't really have any other clean brushes right now. I'm just gonna bronze up my skin. Okay, and then for blush, I'm going to take this really lightly. Hopefully it's not too much. I'm going to take the Gourmande Girls blush in the shade Shock. Say that 3 times fast. And I'm going to apply that very, very lightly. Very lightly. I know this is going to be pigmented. That's literally all I'm going to use. Yeah. So pigmented. Oh my god. That is crazy. Wow. Kind of looks bruised. But it's okay. That is quite a lot of blush. I'm going to take it over here too. Again, gotta tap off my brush and apply it on this side. Very lightly. But I'm like barely dipping, you guys. These are such pigmented blushes. Like insane. I don't think I've used this by itself yet. Like for a normal look like this, like an everyday kind of look. I've only really used it, I think, for Halloween looks. Because it was such an incredibly pigmented blush to use for like my Ursula look and my Sally look. I don't think I've actually used it just to wear. But don't be afraid of red blush. It actually looks really cool. Okay, and then for my highlight, I'm going to use this e.l.f. highlighter. I can open it because I keep them like almost breaking my nails. This is the multi-dimensional face and body shimmer. This is really pretty. I haven't used it in a while, so I figured out to whip it today. Whip it out today. And I'm going to take a layout and apply it to my cheeks. It's a really pretty, like, very glittery highlighter. But I'm into, like, the glittery highlights. If they have pigment to them, I'm all about it. I don't know the last time that I used this, but it's so pretty. I think I was using this a lot in the summertime. Also, I'm on a no-buy for highlights now. I bought like a couple from ColourPop. The Or Kid You Not highlighter. The, what was the other one? I was just thinking about it. The, So Fly highlighter from that Dragonfly collection. And that's really it. I am going really light on buying highlighters this year because I have so many that I just want to work through the ones that I have and use like every single one basically that I have. So I'm just going to pick out a lippy and then we'll be done. Okay, so we're just going to finish up the lips. Of course, I forgot to put my jewelry on, but we're just going to apply my lippy really quick. I'm just going to use the ColourPop BFF liner, I think it is. Cool BFF. Kind of want a cooler tone lippy with this. Actually, I kind of wanted a warmer tone lippy, but I'm going to use this new lipstick from ColourPop that I like. Okay. Alright, and then for the lips, I'm going to use this lip creme from ColourPop, the Fresh Kiss lip creme called Smoochin' from the Valentine's Day collection. I'm just going to apply that. Sorry. I just need I don't know why my nose is running. Oh my gosh. My lips are a little dry today. Alright, I'm just going to finish it up off camera. Okay, you guys, I have to go. So here are the eyes, the cheeks, and the lips. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at CBW819 and check out my Poshmark at the same handle. Bye!